Good afternoon. I'm Farhana Ejaz and I'm doing PhD from BGSBU. My PhD specialization is Internet of Vehicles and my presentation topic is routing protocols for Internet of Vehicles review. I'll appreciate your patience and attention for 5 minutes. This is the brief overview of my presentation. My presentation includes introduction and objectives, characteristics, challenge, routing protocols, conclusion, and references. Let's start by the brief introduction of IoT. IoT is Internet of Things. The term Internet of Things generally refers to scenarios where network connectivity and computing capability extends to objects, sensors, everyday items not normally considered computers. IoT generally involves objects that are connected to the internet, and these things are embedded with small identifying devices called sensors, RFIDs, etc. It allows these devices to generate, exchange, and consume data with minimal human intervention. Let's look at the example. Here we have smart transport, smart city, smart health, smart grid, and smartphones. IoT can be implemented in transport. The main motto here is to the main motto here is to make transport system more intelligent for convenience of people. IoT can be implemented in city to monitor the waste, to monitor the environment for city surveillance and waste management. IoT can be implemented in health. The main motto the main motto is that to establish some smart hospitals for monitoring patients, for pre-checkups, disease identification, for setting up intelligent emergency notifications sent to the physicians or family, real-time health monitoring using smart wearables. Now IoV. IoV is Internet of Vehicles. IoV is a moving network made up of Internet of Things enabled vehicles using modern electronics and integrated information. IoV keeps all the smart vehicles connected where all the vehicles serve as a node. The vehicle could be a sensor platform organizing data from the driver, utilizing it for secure route, controlling pollution, managing the traffic. Using IoV, drivers can find out the traffic plans of the roads and can fix their driving routes accordingly, thus avoiding traffic jams, accidents, etc. The electronics that is embedded in IoV include sensors, global positioning systems, entertainment systems, brakes, throttles, etc. Here is an example. This is a typical example of IoV. Here all the vehicles or the nodes are connected. We can say all the vehicles or nodes are connected to the RSUs and finally they are connected to the internet. They share and exchange information among themselves, and also they share and exchange information among themselves and also share the exchange with drivers can get to know about the route plans and they can fix their route accordingly, thus avoiding traffic jams. IOV avoids various road menace and traffic accidents. The main objective of this paper is to get a more clearer view of routing protocols of Internet of Vehicles. Some of the characteristics of IOVs are: number one is information collection. Information is gathered by various sensors like cameras, road sensors, etc., that help the drivers to acquire adequate information and to react to the environment change in an adequate and efficient way. Number second is highly mobile. Highly mobile means vehicles have high mobility in terms of speed. This leads to frequent topology change. Number third is type of information transported. It means what is the type of information that is transported, or we can say is the message, is the packet sent from single source to single destination, or it's sent from single source to a group or from single source to all the other nodes. That means broadcasting. Number next is handling big data. IoV has a large number of connected vehicles, so IoV used cloud computing. It uses cloud computing for processing and storing of big data. Next is internet facility. Vehicles have access to the internet. They can use internet. Lot of challenges are proposed, lot of challenges are faced while proposing IOV. Some of these challenges are economic techniques must be used by researchers such as IP addressing over digital maps. Digital maps should be replaced by most economic techniques like IP addresses. So vehicles should be given IP addresses instead of using digital maps. Number next is future research of the researchers must focus on the highway and rural areas. This means that the center of focus should be rural areas. Rural areas should be the center of focus. They should not be isolated. What this means is that these areas require a great deal of improvement as everything so far is more inclined towards urban areas. This strictly calls for improvement of rural areas. Right, next is design the protocols that are scalable. Try to design the protocols that can perform well under increased loads. The protocols should perform equally under heavy loads. Their performance should not get hampered. So researchers should focus on the protocols that are scalable. The next is researchers must consider the density of the network that is inadequately balanced. Density of the network should be taken into consideration. Those protocols should be implemented, those protocols should be used that can consider the density of the network. The areas that have higher vehicular density, they have lower packet delays, whereas the areas that have lower vehicular density, they have higher delays. So such protocols should be designed that can perform well under both the conditions. Next is using efficient means to truncate or trim a network fragmentation problem. Network fragmentation can be reduced to a greater extent by using periodic retransmissions. Next is the routing protocols and its types. We have three types of routing protocols. Number one is reactive routing protocol, number second is proactive routing protocol, and number third is hybrid routing protocol. In reactive routing protocol is also called as on-demand routing protocol. Here, routes are built whenever necessary. Routes means path to the destination is built whenever it's necessary. Number second is proactive routing protocol. It's also called as table-driven protocol. Here, routes to the destination are already established and can be used at any time. Here, the path is already established. Next is hybrid routing protocol. It is a mixture of proactive routing protocol and reactive routing protocol. Here, here in this example, here's a routing protocol and these are the types of routing protocols. Like information based, topology based, position based, transmission based, target based, delay based, path based, map based. I have just explained only few in my paper. Here DSDV is proactive protocol, DSR and AODV is reactive protocol. Topology based routing protocol is based on topology. In computer networks. There are various topologies like bus topology, ring topology, mesh topology, star topology, hybrid topology, etc. DSDV is an example of topology based routing protocol. It's actually a protocol. It's a protocol destination based distance vector. It's a table driven protocol. That means it's a proactive protocol. The path is already established. Each node keeps record of the route information in the form of routing tables. Each node, for example, here's an example A, B, C, D, E. These are the nodes. Each node has a routing table. In the routing table, all the entries have sequence numbers. These sequence numbers are even in presence of link or otherwise. All the routing tables have sequence numbers, some randomly generated sequence numbers, and these are present. These sequence numbers are present if the link is present. If the link is broken, for example, B to D, the link is broken, then sequence number would be generated. It uses sequence numbers in routing tables for loop freeness. For loop freeness, we use sequence numbers. A node will update its table if it receives its updated route to the destination. Okay, a node always updates its table if it receives some updated route to the destination. shortest or optimal route to the destination. It updates this routing table. This is the routing table of A. Similarly, similar routing table would be of B, D, C, and E. All right, based on that routing table, they share and exchange the routing tables. Routing table can be shared in two ways, either incremental dump or one is incremental dump and another is full dump. Full dump means entire routing table is shared. Incremental dump means only a portion of table is shared. Right? This routing table is exchanged shared between the neighbors, and on the basis if a node will update its routing table if it receives its updated route to the destination. All right, this is the case with all the nodes. All the nodes have routing tables. All the nodes exchange and share information of the routing tables. And if they receive the update route to the destination, they update their routing table. DSR is dynamic source routing. DSR operates in two phases. One is route discovery, another is route maintenance. In route discovery, node discovers route by producing an RREQ packet that is overflown in the network and that is flooded in the network. As RREQ packet propagates through the network, packet header of RREQ has list of hops. It is incrementally added to the packet header of RREQ. Once RREQ reaches the destination, RREP is directed back along the inverse path. In future, if a source wants to send packet to the same destination, it will get a route from the cache. Another phase is route maintenance. In case any link is broken, say from B to D, link is broken, an error message is sent. RERR message is sent to the nodes, to all the other nodes, informing them about the link breakage. Here is an example A, B, C, D, E. For example, A is the source, E is the destination. Now, this rectangle that is near A, node A. Here 4 is UID, unique ID. A is the source, E is the destination. All right. It has to decide which path to choose. It has to choose the optimal path. It can choose a path from A to B, B to D, D to C, and C to E. But this is not an optimal path. So I have discarded this path. I have put a cross in this path. So it will choose a path A to C, C to E. It's an optimal path, so this path will be chosen. Another one is AODV, ad hoc on-demand distance vector. It is again a reactive routing protocol where on-demand routes are formed as required. Route discovery in DSR and AODV same. Until the connection is required, the network remains silent. Once a node wants to search a route to some target, it broadcasts route request message. RREQ. Other nodes receive it, progress it, and keeps track of the nodes from where they got. When the target node comes across the RREQ, it responds in a way that it sends route reply packet to the requesting node through a temporary path. In case of link failure, route error packet is sent back to the transmitting node as we have seen in DSR. But one of the disadvantage of DSR is that routing information gets stored in the packet header. This, if the network size grows, the length of the route path also increases. This thus the packet header increases. So most of the bandwidth is consumed by the route path. It is not hence the efficient utilization of network. AODV has an advantage over DSDV. It has an advantage that it does not require routing tables, while as DSDV requires routing tables. In the above 2 points, we have seen the advantage of AODV over DSR. But here we are seeing the advantage of AODV over DSDV. It does not require routing tables, but DSDV requires routing tables. All right. Next routing protocol is the position-based routing protocol. Here the position of the node is exploited in order to find the next hop. All right, the position of the node is exploited in order to find the next hop. This is also called as geocost routing or geocasting. It has three types: progress-based, randomized based, and phase based. Progress based in this protocol, packet is forwarded to the node that is making most progress towards the destination. All right. In randomized based approach, the packet is forwarded or packet is sent by by randomly chosen node. Here, in randomized approach, randomly any node is chosen based on probability distribution. Okay. Another is phase-based approach. In phase-based approach, an algorithm called as phase is used. It forwards the packets between the phases and always guarantees delivery in 2D networks. Now comes the delay routing protocol. Delay routing protocol is categorized into two types. One is delay sensitive routing protocol, another is delay tolerant routing protocol. In delay sensitive routing protocol, delay sensitive routing protocol can't tolerate delay. It's sensitive, it can't tolerate delay and requires transmitting of the nodes of the information of the packets immediately. Delay sensitive routing protocol needs exchange of the packets as soon as possible. Delay sensitive protocol should reduce probability of bottleneck of the routing protocols. It reduces the bottleneck to a greater extent because the nodes are sent as they are received. They are not stored there. So there is bottleneck is reduced to a large extent. Another is delay tolerant protocol. It can tolerate delay. This protocol can tolerate delay to some extent. It uses carry forward mechanism and they can manage failures during carry forward mechanism. Another type of routing protocol is target network routing protocol. There are two categories of target routing protocol. One is homogeneous network, another is heterogeneous network. In homogeneous network, same access technology is used. For example, it's used in VNets. Only one access technology is used. The classical routing protocol in VANETs mean vehicle ad hoc networks, targets on transmitting the packets over short distances using wireless technologies like wireless access in a vehicular environment. Heterogeneous network. This divergent nature of IoV includes various radio access technologies. Here, various radio access technologies are used. IoV is more complex than VANET, so it uses heterogeneous network. But however, one of the biggest problem in heterogeneous network is that of handoffs. Another routing protocol is path-based routing protocol. One of the protocol called VADD that was presented by Zhao and Kao comes in path-based routing. VADD uses carry forward mechanism in order to route the data from sender to the target. The problem of frequent disconnection and high mobility are dealt using this protocol. VADD is not that efficient when dealing with sparsely connected networks. VADD minimizes delay by choosing the highly dense path where the density of the network is high. VADD calculates best path that has slowest data delivery slowest data delivery delay. Sorry. Here is an example. Here's a diagram. It's showing that V1, the red car there. Okay, V1, it is the source and the coffee shop on the right side is the destination. Which path should this car choose? Should it go from I1 to I2? Should it choose this path or it should go from I1 to I3, then I3 to I4, then I4 to I2? Most of the people will say it will choose the path I1 to I2. But in Internet of Vehicles, this is sparsely connected network. Only one vehicle is there. So it's better to choose the path that is dense because the packet can be delivered, packet can be sent fast. It minimizes delay by choosing the path that is highly dense. So this path I1 to I3 it's highly dense, I3 to I4 is highly dense. So this V1 should choose the path I1 to I3, I3 to I4 and I4 to I2 then to coffee shop, right? VAD protocol, vehicle assisted data delivery, it calculates the best path that has slowest data delivery delay. Conclusion. The main actors in IoV are roadside units, humans, and vehicles. As the number of vehicles increase, a need for management of these vehicles arise. For avoiding accidents, road menace, so IoV came into existence. IoV is a communication between vehicles or a network. The vehicle can be a sensor platform. A vehicle is a sensor platform. It absorbs the information, it gathers the information from outside and utilizes it for various purposes like safe navigation, safe route, controlling pollution, and managing the traffic. In this paper, we have analyzed characteristics, challenges of the IoV. In addition to this, we have categorized different types of the routing protocols. Under each category, various protocols have been discussed. These are the references that I have used in my paper. This was all from me. I wish you and your family safety during this pandemic. Stay home and stay safe and have the great remainder of your day. Thank you.